UFC 278, Usman vs. Edwards 2, took place Saturday, August 20th from Vivant Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is one of the most thrilling and highly anticipated rematches when UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman defends his title against one of his toughest opponents and number 2 ranked contender Leon "Rocky" Edwards. Let's talk Usman versus Edwards. The number 2 ranked UFC welterweight Leon "Rocky" Edwards, 19-3-1, fighting out of Birmingham, England, intends to shock the world by dethroning Usman and capturing UFC gold. Edwards possesses a very well-rounded skill set, but loves using his stand-up to pick you apart with all of his impressive weapons. And he is very sneaky with his slicing elbows from the clinch, which is giving his opponents problems thus far. Edwards has improved a great deal since their last match and brings in much more skill and experience this time around. But on the other side of the octagon, you have the UFC welterweight champion and number 1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman, 20-1, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, and hopes to further his title legacy by taking out another top contender in emphatic fashion. Usman is currently on an incredible 19-fight win streak coming into this fight and hasn't lost since May of 2013. That is incredible. Usman is a powerful wrestler that uses his strikes to close the gap on his opponents. He takes them down and ground and pounds them and looks for smothering finishes. But over time, he has developed into a solid stand-up fighter with real knockout power, which makes him even more dangerous. Quick note, Edwards' 10-fight UFC unbeaten streak at welterweight is the second longest active streak in the division behind Usman at 15, and I can't wait for these two fighters to collide. Tonight's betting odds have Usman coming in at a big -320 favorite, and Edwards comes in at a +260 underdog. And here's how it went down. Round 1 started and Usman secured a takedown, but Edwards back up. Usman clearly wants this fight to the ground and trying to smother Edwards, but Edwards surprisingly gets a slick trip takedown right into the mount and take Usman's back, looking for a rear naked choke as the round ends. Early in round 2, Usman was starting to put the pressure on, landing some hard shots on Edwards, but Edwards stayed calm. Both fighters started to land some nice shots, but Usman does look a little fresher. Usman was starting to dominate this fight with his incredible pressure and vicious pace, and Edwards looked like he was starting to break a little bit. But in round 5, with Usman completely dominating the fight, Leon Edwards lands a left high kick to the head of Usman that puts the champ out cold. Wow. Leon Edwards defeats Kamaru Usman to become the new UFC welterweight champion and takes home a $50,000 performance of the night bonus for his work. All right, here's my final thoughts. Guys, coming into this fight, there was a lot of questions that needed to be answered for both fighters. The biggest question we all had was who made more improvements from their last fight. Edwards has been on a meteoric rise, and Usman has become one of the greatest fighters we have seen in the welterweight division, and this fight did not disappoint. Usman has weaponized his cardio and brings in such a wicked pace, breaking his opponents, but in this game you have 25 minutes that you have to be nearly perfect, and Edwards never gave up and showed his impressive fight IQ and landed one of the greatest left high kick knockouts we have ever seen. Shout out to Kamaru Usman, who looked about as impressive as he could before that kick. Usman has been an incredible champion, but the night belongs to the Leon Edwards. Sometimes you just have to find a way to win, and Edwards did just that tonight and showed why he is now champion. All right, here's some quick stats on Edwards. He is now the UFC welterweight champion. He is on an 11-fight unbeaten streak, undefeated since his loss to Usman in 2015. He has 7 wins by knockout, 3 by submission. He now holds wins over Nate Diaz, Rafael dos Anjos, Vincent Luque, and now Kamaru Usman. Okay, what's next for Edwards? The boss Dana White said maybe a rematch at Wembley Stadium for the trilogy fight, which would be insane.
You took kind of an unprecedented step this week and said, hey, if Leon wins, we probably got to do a rematch. Do you still believe that's the case?
How do you not do Wembley? I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
I was going to ask, you want to do it in England? I mean, ideally, would you want to do it in England?
Yeah.
Usman is arguably the greatest welterweight champion we have seen, and with him being as dominant as he was tonight, you have to give him the rematch. Guys, let me know in the comments tonight what you thought of Edwards' fight and his performance, and who you think he should fight next. Big shout out to all of our fans. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. This is Jake Hattan with MMA Weekly's The Lowdown Breakdown. See you next time.